What's going on, people? Just woke up, but I wanted to share this with you guys. I was able to curate the manifesto of the Las Vegas bomber and put it on my Patreon for free. Once again, totally free. You go on to Patreon, subscribe to True Crime with Strategic, and you can go ahead and be able to access that manifesto for free without paying $0. Okay. Now, you can find that on the internet. You want to go find it on your own, go for it. But I have it in a convenient place on the Patreon. I cannot post that on YouTube. Once again, I cannot post it on YouTube because YouTube does not allow you to post manifestos of terrorists, murderers, killers, etc. Just to bring you guys up to speed, the bomber's name is Matthew. I can't pronounce his last name. I know it. I just can't pronounce it. All right. It's like a Scandinavian type name, Americanized Scandinavian name. This man was a special operator in the U.S. military, highly decorated, multiple combat vet. He was a soldier's soldier, and he makes, some serious allegations of war crimes against the United States of America. Some of those things, when you look them up, they are documented cases where the United States is actually being investigated by the UN and other world bodies as possibly committing war crimes. Of course, is being covered up. He participated in those war crimes, killing innocent civilians, and he was upset about that. He also spoke about the drones and their origins and this advanced technology that the US and China have that they have not shared with the world, but that could participate in our mutual destruction if we were to go to war with each other. We both have that technology, and he's talked about that. And I'm wondering where the origin of that technology is. Is it alien origin, or is it just advanced technology that we have mastered as human beings, and we just have not shared it with the public? Another thing about these technologies, these anti-gravity technologies, etc., that he spoke about, is that if we had access to that as the general public, it would literally transform human society. It would literally, we would have cheap transportation. We'd have efficient and fast transportation. It would literally revolutionize our societies, yet our governments, according to him and according to what we've seen for decades, have kept this technology away from the masses. They've kept these technologies away from the masses. And I don't know why, but he talks about it. He talks about it. He also talks about how he did not intend to hurt anybody, that there's a reason why this guy who knows how to make very devastating bombs from scratch, who's taught that from the US government, chose to fill up a Cybertruck with fireworks and camping fire. There's a reason for that. He wasn't trying to hurt anybody. I would also let you guys know that apparently only one body was found inside of that car that was dead, and allegedly it's Matthew's, and nobody else lost their life. There were people, some were injured, but nobody was seriously injured. And, that was the result of his attack. They're saying that he had nothing to do with the New Orleans attack. That's what they're saying, even though they came from the same base. How odd is that? How many military bases exist in the United States of America that two service people who allegedly, as they're trying to tell us in the media, didn't know each other, didn't talk, had no affiliations, both of them decided to do what are being construed as terrorist attacks at the same time, relatively, within 24 hours of each other, less than 24 hours of each other. Very interesting. Another thing that they're trying to push, I saw this on some other YouTube channels, big shout out to the people who are breaking this stuff, is they're trying to push the narrative that the wife cheated on this soldier, Matthew, and that's what drove him over the edge, because his son was actually not his biological son, because his wife was cheating on him while he was out there serving his country, which does happen a lot in the military, unfortunately. But because these guys are away from their families for long extended periods of time, and some of these ladies feel lonely, and then they're like, hey, I love getting that military check every single month from my husband who's out there risking his life, but I don't want to, keep my legs closed and be faithful. So that's the narrative they're trying to push right now. But whether it's true or not, I don't care. I don't believe it. He doesn't say anything about that in his manifesto. He's talking about his regrets at participating in documented war crimes. Documented war crimes. If you look it up, those war crimes are currently being investigated by world bodies, including the UN, against the United States of America. But of course, the United States of America's power is whitewashing these war crimes. So these things are documented. There are articles written from major news organizations written about the attacks that killed innocent civilians that, guess what? This guy is saying, I took part in those war crimes and I'm upset about it. That's one reason he alleges he did what he did. So he talks about UAPs, advanced technology, war crimes, etc. And it's huge. So listen, once again, it's free on the Patreon. I'm not charging people to view this stuff. Patreon is just my platform of choice because YouTube will not allow me to post this on YouTube. If I post his manifesto on YouTube, they'll do one of two things. They'll either A, delete it and say, listen, this is not a strike against your channel. We're deleting it for content moderation. Or B, they will remove it and say you have violated the terms of our moderation and you are now getting a strike and you cannot upload videos for 2 weeks. I'm not going to do that. So my other option is Patreon. Patreon, please do not text me inside of the comment section. You will be blocked because I'm tired of answering the same questions. Just because something's posted on Patreon does not mean you have to pay for it. Patreon is a site that allows you to have a free account. I'm asking you to sign up for a free Patreon account so you can view it on my channel. If you don't want to do that, you can find this manifesto on the internet on your own. It is out there. You can do that. But if you want the convenience of having it delivered to you, go on to Patreon, pay $0, go read this man's manifesto, be discerning, and be the judge for yourself. There's a lot going on in this world right now, people. We have to wake up. We have to start using our brains and keeping our ears open and be discerning with the information that is fed to us. I'm not telling you believe this guy's manifesto. I'm not telling you. All of this could be a psyop. What I'm telling you is keep an open mind because there's a lot going on in the world right now that we don't know, we don't understand, and there are people who don't want us to know and or understand because knowledge is power. And as long as they keep us ignorant, they can control us, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you guys on the next one. Strategic is out of here. Peace.